Okay, my name is Eric Hackley. I'm here representing the NAACP Political Action Committee and also Frost Illustrated. And what we're doing today is the different leaders of the different minority communities have come together to voice a common concern for what's going on in America today. We're not here to slam Donald Trump or Eric Holcomb or for that matter Tom Henry, but we're here to galvanize our Fort Wayne community. And what I want to do is read a prepared statement that I have here so that I can kind of stay focused here a little bit. And this is called the Black History Month Celebration Kickoff because some have complained that every Black History Month is pretty much the same focus on the past. And what we want to do here today is show that there is a direct connection between the past and the present, and such as the issues. Case in point, North Dakota pipeline. The last time, what that kind of reminds me of when the Americans came in and just started taking the land. There's a direct correlation between that and Fort Wayne history, and that event didn't fare well for the Americans because it galvanized the Indians to have what was called the worst defeat in U.S. history against the Americans. Now, we're not advocating war or anything like that. We're advocating enlightenment. But to read my statement here, the purpose of this Black History Month kickoff is to show solidarity between the ethnic and minority groups of Fort Wayne and to give a local voice to those people being targeted, inconvenienced, and scapegoated across America. From the earliest days of Fort Wayne history, the leaders of this land set a precedent for uniting their people through common objective. Just as Chiefs Pontiac, who this library here is named after, and Pontiac, by the way, was the first Indian chief to attack and destroy Fort Wayne when the British were here. Little Turtle and Tecumseh, they galvanized their people together to take action over 200 years ago, and we are conceptually doing the same thing today by announcing our weekly community forums. I will host a community speak out forum every Saturday during the month of February, where we invite the people from across this community to come out and speak for 3 to 5 minutes to enlighten or share their wrath so that Mayor Tom Henry, Governor Eric Holcomb, or President Donald Trump can hear your concerns about what's going on here in America today. And joining me here today are 4 other leaders, and they can introduce themselves.
Would you like to start it?
Roger, go ahead.
I can do that. Hi, I'm Roger McNett, and I'm the president of PFLAG, Parents, Family, and Friends of Lesbians and Gays. And we are working to build greater understanding about LGBT individuals and to get rid of stereotypes because they don't help you really understand the person. And we are bringing people together, which is what this group wants to do. Get rid of stereotypes and bring people together through understanding.
My name is Nicole King. I'm the Executive Director of Open-Minded Development. If I see myself as a leader in any capacity, it would be as a volunteer and community activist on the southeast quadrant, southwest quadrant of Fort Wayne. I believe that we have to come together to invoke change, not wrath, and conversations. And I feel like this is a good starting point. It's just getting people at the table with a focused goal.
Fernando.
My name is Fernando Zapari. I'm the publisher, the editor of the Mexican newspaper. I'm also a resident of the southeast side quadrant of Fort Wayne. And also, we defend the rights of our people. And when I say our people at large, and Latinos, for the most part, I think that we take a big crumb of hate for what's going on right now. And I'm here to defend and to do whatever it takes to make this Fort Wayne a better city for all and our country.
And I'm Paula McGee with the Fort Wayne Urban League. And as people know, the Fort Wayne Urban League focus is to bring people together. Communication, educate, be a power within in this community to show a unity and enlighten our community as to what is going on.
Now, you know, one of the reasons that we're doing this is Fort Wayne, a few years ago, I know for a fact, we were one of the most diverse cities in America. Southside High School was among the top 5 in the nation in terms of different ethnics being here. And if it's any place that has the intellectual capacity to speak out on issues, it should be Fort Wayne. For too long now, the regular citizens here have been silent from different ethnic groups or even the major groups. They've been silent about the issues, and they wait on people from larger communities, larger cities to show leadership. A lot of times, leadership doesn't come from the bigger people, it comes from the smaller places like Fort Wayne. Fort Wayne has, like I said before, it has a history of its leaders coming together and standing up in a manner where they represent everybody on their whole land. And when we have our forums, I'll be having forums in the different parts of Fort Wayne at the libraries. We'll have one starting out this Friday at the downtown library. Then next week on the 11th, it'll be here at the Pontiac branch library. Then we'll be in Waynedale the following week and at the Little Turtle Library after that. Even our libraries here are named after Indian chiefs, and people lose perspective a lot of times as to why these chiefs were so great and why these libraries were named after them, because they were doing back in their day what we're trying to do today.
Perfect. Anybody else want to say anything? No? Okay.
I think that it is important in the Black community, while we're celebrating Black History Month, to remember that the African American experience is more of an oral tradition, and we're not very conscious of a lot of things because it wasn't written down. So during this month of February, I hope people take the opportunity to get involved in their communities. I am not so much, I don't believe people are silent. I believe that I have an expression that says, many hands light work. But I believe there are so many groups doing so much work that they're so busy with their own that they're not finding out that they could be partnering, collaborating to make a complete piece to a puzzle. I'd like to see more of that. There are a lot of people of color who are affected in many different ways. But what we all can agree on is that we are all one race, the human race. And if we can find a way to meet there, to share our own experiences and to invite you into mine and you to invite me into yours, I believe that this month could be celebrated wonderfully. It just doesn't have to be about Blacks appreciating Black history. It allows us to tell our story to the community about the things that we value, the things that we hold morally high, how important our elders are to us. I think that that's what Black History Month is about. It's about getting that opportunity, because we are oral culture, to relay that information. I'd like to see that happen this month. My challenge to everyone is to go and get involved somewhere, even if just for the month of February. Take your kids, try to find an interest for them so they are distracted from all the ills of the world. And I do see I get where you're coming from with the example of Indians, because we all suffered a plight. And in Fort Wayne, they hold a vast history, and it's evidenced by our naming of our libraries, our streets, our monuments, the man Anthony Brewery, I think I'm saying that correctly. So I get that plight. But now that we are here, the Blacks, Latinos, Burmese, Lawanese, whites, whoever lives in this community now, we have got to find a way and take those histories from the past and use them to fight this battle that we face with racism, with white supremacy, with non-tolerance for one's beliefs, choices of how they live or how they choose to worship and serve. I think that we have to get away from identifying everyone's choices in life with my own personal moral beliefs, but just agree to serve and raise our children who are at no fault in anything that we do to the best of our abilities. Because they have to be tolerant of their neighbor, of their classmate. We cannot continue to teach hate and anger. So that is something that I hope that is accomplished with these forums, that we find a way to have conversations about these things, because at the end of the day, many adults' minds are made up, but the children are not. And even if the lesson does not come from a parent, it can come from a concerned community member, a leader, a mentor. And that being said, thank you for your time.
That was well said.
Do you have anything else to add, Fernando?
All I want to say, I want to thank Eric, and it's for me a privilege and honor to have been invited to this press conference and to be part of these forums. And Nicole is right, it's so much misunderstanding, okay? And we like to invite people to step into our world, you know, of my world. I came here in 1978. Since 1978, I have lived in the Southeast Quadrant, and I have been treated the best of the best since arrival, although I did not speak the language. Many people even fear driving to our side of town, and there's so much love on this side of town. Also, of course, I'm an adult. You know, I like to say that immigrants, like myself, you know, we take so much from the government, and I'm pointing fingers that we do this and we do that. We should be so grateful to immigrants, because immigrants, and I'm talking about undocumented immigrants, they're the ones that help feed America. They're the ones that put food into our table. They're the ones that do this agricultural work so that we can have plenty of food. So otherwise, with this 20% tariff importing those products from other countries, we're going to have to pay dearly the price. So I'm here to, like I say, I was invited by Eric, and I am here to invite you to step into our beautiful world. I mean, if you encapsulate within four walls and then go out, America is beautiful. America is not about being brown, black, white, Latino. It's about humans, the human race. Just like this gentleman representing the lesbians and gay, it's so beautiful. But if we go into a room and don't want to go on and enjoy the diversity of all the things that we have, such as food, you name it, music, cultures, we're not going to advance. So yes, I am very glad I was invited to celebrate Black History Month celebration kickoff. Thank you, Eric.
Okay, last thing, you know, the main benefit of the groups coming together to verbally express how they feel about issues today is it'll give everyone in this community a chance to see how their world, to see how they feel about their world. You know, we have a lot of Muslims here from all the banned areas and areas that aren't banned, who I expect to be involved in our forums. That's the best way, that's the only way that this whole community can be galvanized and uplifted, is by hearing from its members who traditionally who have remained silent. And again, this is not a time to bash our elected officials. We want to enlighten them, because we can no longer let them set the narrative. The narrative has to be set by us, we the people. Thank you.